Hello everyone and welcome to another house building video on The Sims 3. And as I promised, is this a month? I think it's a month. This house was made already, but I just didn't have time to record this. The house has been done for like since May. And it's July, right? Yeah, it's July. So yeah, I just didn't have time to sit down and talk to you, but anyway, I'm doing another Mediterranean house. It's not another one, because the other one was the Spanish themed thingy that's right across the street. But yeah, I kept with this theme because it's an island, and I don't know how to make island stuff, but I imagine... what is it? I imagine Mediterranean stuff because I see it every day. So, I kept with that style. This is gonna be... it looks like a mansion, but it's really just has 2 rooms, because when you start to make really complex shapes on The Sims 3, and with the walls and all of that, you actually lose a lot of space. So I couldn't really have many rooms. There just wasn't enough space. This roof took me ages. I don't even know what happened to this roof. How long did it take? Because the roof, I think I started like in December. So it's been long before I remember anything. And this is sped up. Like, this is really sped up. But it's not gonna work. Okay. So it's a 2-bedroom house, as I said. It has 3 bathrooms. Yeah, I think it's 3. It has a huge kitchen, which I wouldn't mind myself having. Oh, did I eliminate the roofs again? Oh, this is gonna be long. There's a lot of living space because there's the actual living room with a TV. There's another relaxation area right at the entrance of the house. Upstairs there's another reading place with a lot of couches, so you can sit basically everywhere in this house. Then you have a lot of balconies. You have a balcony bar in the biggest balcony in the center. And you're gonna have a pool for your Sims. And yeah, is this gonna take too long? I don't want to. Can I just move on to the part where I actually build stuff except for the roof? Because the roof was like the most horrible thing. I think I took like 3 days to do it because I was like too frustrated to finish it. Anyways, the inspiration was just really... do I eliminate everything? Really? My inspiration was really just my real life experiences in Spain. The style I saw, was really what I just saw every time I went there. There's a lot of interior patios. That's what I tried to make. And failed, but I tried. And there's a lot of like mellow beigey colors because they're better for the sun, because they reflect a lot of the sun and cool down the house. But then I give it a little bit of a modern touch with some colors. That's not gonna be blue. I think eventually I'll turn it red as well. Somewhere in the near future I will do it. So, the tower was not like inspired in Spanish architecture, but I thought it was fun. Like, it was an old tower, might have been a lighthouse back then in this island, which is Aluna Island by the Sim Supply. I need to give props to that. And yeah, I thought it was like, oh, the lighthouse doesn't have any more use, so you might as well just build a house around it. And here I'm just building the kitchen, and it's like the biggest kitchen I've ever made, I think. Maybe the other one on the mansion is bigger, but I like this one better. And this house has a lot of vibe on the turquoise and aqua blues. And a lot of the furniture is going to be based around those colors. There's a lot of wood paneling because I like wood paneling in The Sims. And there's a lot of brick and tiles and colorful walls. And I'm quite happy with the end result. this is gonna be the dining room. It's a really basic dining room, but yeah, it serves the function. You have the dining table, and you also have some. Am I gonna put curtains? I don't remember putting curtains. Yeah, I think I don't actually end up having curtains. It's a problem in this house. You don't have much privacy because I don't put curtains mostly anywhere. Maybe on some of the windows on the front I'll put them, but mostly I don't put them anywhere. Because there's not really any curtains that fit exactly the windows I've put. And yeah, so it wouldn't work quite well, they wouldn't look good. No, I'm flying everywhere. Where am I? Yeah, this is the living room, the actual living room that I reshaped halfway through. This is the actual place where you'll be able to watch TV and just sit around. It's a really nice couch that fits exactly in this living room. I have no idea how in real life you would put a couch there, since it is like exactly the size. But you know, maybe it's a modular sofa. Maybe you can put it just one by one and just like I put it, and maybe it works. Then you have this is like a little nook with some plant life where you can just talk to your significant other or just have some tea while enjoying the sun. On the bathrooms, I also went with the traditional countertops. Is it countertop? Yeah, it's a rock countertop, and I played a little bit with the mirrors because I'm limited on items, so I have to invent stuff. And yeah, this house is not what is it? It's not base game. You're gonna need probably all the expansions that I have, but that's specified in the exchange page, so you'll know which ones to use, which isn't really too hard because I only had 3. I have World Adventures, I have Ambitions, and I have, how's it called? It's not Nightlife. Oh my gosh, I don't remember. Late Night. This is the office, like a little office to do some work, and there's another TV, so whoever you decide that it's gonna be like the most important person in the house has its own office. With a globe. I love globes. Is this gonna be here? Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm really not sure. It's been a while since I ended this house and done the circle around stuff. So yeah, now I'm going upstairs. This is the no, I'm not going upstairs. I really don't know where I'm going. This is the other room I was talking about. Right at the entrance, you have a sitting place. I don't know how it would work in real life since that door kind of opens directly into a stairway, but I think you would be able to avoid it. Yeah, what is this? Yeah, the rugs. I was going with those like wooden rugs. I was trying to imitate those. And here I just decided to make a fountain because why not? I love fountains, and that's one of the things I would have in my house if I had money for it. That's what I imagined it would be. This is not the floor that I go with. No, this is. Oh my gosh, this is really nauseating. No, this is not the door I keep, or is it? Maybe it is. I don't remember. No, yeah, it's this one. I decided to go with those because they are opaque, and so you can have privacy inside your room. Otherwise, people would be able to peek in anytime, even when your Sims are woohooing. Yeah, this room is gonna be a burst of color, especially because of the rug that I'm gonna put next. I just went a little crazy with the blues. And I had to move the bed because I needed a dresser and there was no way to put a dresser except for that. No, I'm not gonna keep this rug. No, I'm not gonna keep this rug. I remember I'm gonna keep this rug. Because I put a bigger one. And this room has its own ensuite. So basically, you have two rooms, but they're both suites. But there's just one that actually happens to be bigger than the other one, and way nicer, which is the other one. I'm pretty much a fan nowadays of this technique of using like those cheap items that actually look really meh, but then with some texturing, you can make them look good. Oh yeah, I put some instruments because I imagine that maybe someone would like to use them. I mean, I would like to use them, I just don't know how. I went with a wooden top for the toilet because that's something I always found funny. Funny, not funny. And I always forget that that table exists. That little coffee table. Because it looks exactly the same as the other side table that I think that it isn't there. I think it's the same thing. But then I looked at it and it was like, oh, this is smaller. This can actually be helpful. I put a lot of lights outside this house, so I imagine if you actually use this house to play, it might be quite an expensive power bill. But yeah, it will be worth it. Outside the second suite, you have your own very personal balcony, but you have access to the central balcony as well. Now, this is the reading place, which can also be like a tea drinking place. But yeah, basically that's the purpose of this room, is to be with friends and having a little bit of a conversation or read, because there's like a massive bookcase right there. And it's more private than downstairs, because it actually has curtains. And a few of those world adventure items, because I'd imagine that the person who would live in this house had been traveling a lot, even though I don't know anyone that lives in this house. There are probably very different stories for each of the Sims that might live in this house. I've put some chess because I think it's really good for the Sims to practice chess and make themselves smarter. And I had to play a little bit with move objects on to make that statue happen, but I was really happy with the end result. It's really a modern statue that I'm really proud of. Where am I going now? Just taking care of another balcony, and just using the trick that I used on the previous house about you making like huge. I don't know what to call them. I need a translator. Anyway, we're now my gosh, words are not with me today. Now we're making the master suite, where you have one of the original beds in the Sims 3. It's actually one of my favorites, but I never actually use it in one of these builds. I don't know why, or if I used them, I don't remember. But I used it here because I was really happy about it. Those dressers are from the Ambitions expansion pack, and they're one of my favorites. There's like, I decided to put like a couch here because it's like, it's a big area in this room, so I'd imagine you'd like to have a little couch to rest. That's always something I've seen in movies and stuff, when you have like a big walk-in closet, like a really massive walk-in closet, there's always like a chaise-longue or a couch or something, and this would be your couch, because this is a very big very big dressing room, wherever. And a piano, yes, you need a piano in your room, because it's just that massive. I was really happy about the piano because I was like, I need to put a piano in this house, I just don't know where. I could have put it downstairs, but I thought that here would be the most amazing place to put the piano because it would be like only you can listen to it, only the master of the house can listen to it. And you have another separate balcony for you and your significant other, because there's really not, I don't think that there's any more balconies to that side of the island, so it's really the only balcony to that side. So only you and the other person can look towards that specific place in the island. I don't remember which one. Do I go for that one? Yeah, I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a double sink, but there wasn't enough space. At least how this room was designed, there wasn't enough space to put another one. But there is a large tub one that I tried to make it look like it is marble. So you get the idea of what I was trying to do, but I really just wanted to have marble there. And I used a lot of that rock that you see on the tabletop to imitate different types of rock, like a black and a white rock. I used it in the sculpture in white, and I used it in the tops in black. And again here, making it black and blue with some blue veins. That actually can happen in nature, but it's extremely rare, so this would be very expensive in reality. And this is basically the rooftop bar with views to the ocean, because the ocean is just around the corner. And this is the pool. I think I switched all of these. I'm really not happy about the pool at all. All of the changes I've done, I wasn't really happy about the pool. I could never find the pool that I liked. But I guess I chose this one. It was not the best, but it was also not the worst. So it was like, well, you can't have everything. So I'm gonna choose that one. Here I was choosing a rail. It took me a while. I had to basically cycle through all of them to find the one that I would like. And it's still not this one. I'm gonna actually change it midway through. So basically I decided to make this style, which is really a cute style that I've learned a few months ago. And it does remind me of some Spanish style. And I'm frozen? No. You need lighting, and this is like the perfect place to put the lighting is on the top of these walls. And I just decided to make a retaining wall with some rocks and some ferns, and gonna close this off to access, and just now it's just landscaping. I'm gonna put a lake on the front of the house. That was one of the cool things I've done, at least in my vision. There's a barbecue, so that's another plus. There's a banana tree that's gonna make that's gonna act like an umbrella for these lounge chairs. So that's also another neat feature of this house. There's a lot of plant life, so you're gonna need a gardener. And this is where I'm gonna put the lake after I put a pine tree on the left of the house and some other trees and shrubs and bushes. And just switching all of them because I decided to switch the railing midway through. And a lot of benches, so there's a lot of sitting places in this house. I'm just adding a bit of dirt around the edges because in reality that would be a little bit dirty because of the water that comes through the walls, but not as dirty as I've made it. I've put also a fountain. You can see it from your office or from the bathroom, but anywhere else you just can't see that fountain, so it's like a secret fountain for this side of the house. A few flowers on the entrance, and now we're just going to make the lake. I think I actually add I think I add like an olive tree. Yeah, one of the olive trees. Maybe, yeah, the smaller ones. Because that reminds me not only about Spain, but also from Portugal. We're We are kind of considered Mediterranean, but we're really not. Anyway, I'm gonna switch now to the walkthrough. And now we're just flying through. This was really the worst frame in this whole thing, but we're just gonna fly through the house. It's gonna be really quick. It's only 3 minutes because my fly-throughs were always too fast, so now I'm just making fast fly-throughs. You just see everything followed by everything, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. You can see everything. So you can have a general sense of how the house is planned and used, and you can see the other house right there. It's really not my best work. At the time I thought it was amazing, but not anymore. It never ended up the way I wanted. This is really my favorite part of the house, is just this side of the kitchen and dining room. It's like my favorite part. It has all I ever wanted, and this is the money view for me. Like the interior of it's the inner patio. So like the house goes around in a U, circling that inside part of the house, which is like the heart of the house, except for the traditional sense that the kitchen is the heart of the house. This is just the entrance, and we're gonna go upstairs and get to see what is upstairs. So it's quite a cozy place. There's just not enough space for more rooms and stuff. You can see that there's the balcony at the front, which it would be a nice balcony for a suite, but it's not. It's a balcony for a communal space, like another one over there. This is the second suite with a very colorful rug and its own very private balcony. And yeah, we're gonna go to the bathroom of the suite, which has a lot of wood and rock appliances, so you know it's expensive. Now walking through the bar, we're gonna go to the master suite, the really big suite. I couldn't make it smaller. I tried to like divide it in half and try to use the space, but it wasn't possible. Now this is the best bathroom for me, like in terms of luxury. Can you imagine just taking a bath there and just looking at the ocean? That would be great. Now we're just gonna see the piano. It's really like it's squeezed in there, but it's like one magnificent piece of art there. Also, their private balcony, and now we're just flying away, and now we're gonna get to see the pool probably. Yeah, just gonna go see the fountain. The roofs are really messed up. Now this is the pool that I actually like. Now I like a little better. And yeah, we're going away. I want to thank you all for watching this build. If you want this house, there will be a link in the description below. If you like this video, please leave it a like. If there's anything you'd like to ask me, just leave a comment. And again, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next house building video. Bye bye!